Welcome to GBL Game Day, your home for the Greater Boston League.
In match number 1 is the 2-1 Red River Hogs taking on the 2-1 Senor Ocho Cinco, and the Hogs and Ocho went punch for punch in one of the closest battles of the week. Patrick Mahomes lit it up with nearly 36 points, keeping the Hogs' offense steady, while Puka Nacua countered with 37 of his own for Senor Ocho Cinco. In the end, it came down to the depth pieces, and the Hogs squeezed out a narrow win to move to 3-1 by a final score of 122.3 to 120.52. In match number 2, it's the 0-3 Quails taking on the 1-2 Aston TDs. The Quails came in still searching for their first win and got their best offensive output of the season, led by Drake Bay's 27 and Emeka Ekbuka's 22. But Aston TDs were just too much to handle, with Bo Nix dropping 32 late points and Justin Jefferson tacking on 24. The win evens Aston TDs at 500, while the Quails fall to 0-4 by a final score of 142.84 to 134.82. In match number 3, it's the GBL Game of the Week as the 2-1 Hurricane take on the 2-1 Miami Sound Machine in a top 5 clash, and Miami showed why they're one of the league's most dangerous squads. Kenneth Gainwell shocked everyone in the league with 31 points as the Lions defense chipped in with 21. Kane got monster days for both Amarian Hampton and Bijan Robinson, but it wasn't enough to stop the Machine's balanced attack as they go on to 3-1 and win by a final score of 140.28 to 126.88. In match number 4, it's the 1-2 Albanian Hard Knocks taking on the 1-2 Waken Bakers, and this one was never close. Waken Bakers exploded for 156 points, led by Ashton Gianti's 36 and Drake London's 26, making it their best showing of the year. The Albanian Hard Knocks could not keep pace despite solid outings from Christian McCaffrey and Jalen Hurts, stumbling to just 88 points. Waken Bakers moved to 2-2 in style by a final score of 156.46 to 88.2. In match number 5, it's the 2-1 Albanian Express taking on the 2-1 Fighting Irish, and the Irish continued their hot start, proving why they're sitting atop the standings this week. Dak Prescott delivered a 40-point bomb, George Pickens followed with 34, and James Cook added 23 as the Irish rolled past the Express. The Albanian Express got strong play from Amon-Ra St. Brown and Quentin Johnston, but simply couldn't keep up with the offensive fireworks as the Fighting Irish win by a final score of 160.96 to 136.68. And finally, in match number 6, it's the 2-1 Korean Mafia taking on the winless injured reserves, and the reserves finally showed some signs of life, and they did it in a huge way. Josh Jacobs and Justin Fields both cracked 31 points, while Jahmyr Gibbs added another 18 to secure their first win of the season. The Mafia leaned on Josh Allen and Deebo Samuel, but their supporting cast could not match the surge as the injured reserves moved to 1-3 and win by a final score of 128.74 to 121.06. Now let's take a look at the slate of games for Week 5 in the GBL. In match number 1, it is the number 5 Senor Ocho Cinco taking on the number 4 Hurricane. Joel enters as a strong favorite in this top 5 clash, and Sean needs a huge showing to hold ground in the standings. In match number 2 is the number 11 injured reserves, fresh off their first win of the season, taking on the number 10 Albanian Hard Knocks, and this one is a must-win for the injured reserves as they look to win 2 in a row. In match number 3 is the number 8 Waken Bakers taking on the number 3 Red River Hogs, and the Waken Bakers are surprisingly favored in this matchup. However, the Red River Hogs aim to prove they're still elite after a tough Week 4. In match number 4, it's the number 9 Albanian Express taking on the number 6 Mafia in a massive rivalry game. Both teams are evenly matched, but the Albanian Express has the projection edge. This could be the closest battle of the week. In match number 5 is the number 2 Miami Sound Machine taking on the number 7 Ass and TDs in a cousin versus cousin bowl, and the Ass and TDs come in hot with the highest projection of the week. The Miami Sound Machine needs to punch back to stay up in the top tier. And now it's time for the Week 5 GBL Game of the Week as the number 12 Quails take on the number 1 Fighting Irish in a battle packed with storylines. Nick owns the head-to-head record with 6 wins to 2 losses and has beaten the Irish in their last 3 meetings, including the playoffs. All-time, Nick sits at 11th place at 46 wins and 50 losses, while Sean has recently climbed up to number 3 overall with 71 wins and 71 losses. And of course, Sean is the reigning GBL champion. Both squads are projected playoff teams this year, but momentum favors the Quails in Week 5, who seem to have the Irish's number whenever these two clash. With bragging rights on the line and early playoff positioning, this one promises fireworks, and we predict that the Quails will secure their first victory, edging out the champs in a grinder by a final score of 126 to 121.